But if I would have listened to some of these church folk, I'd be dead. Bad advice. Oh, God said go. Had one woman of God come up to me. She said, the Lord said you're not supposed to have surgery. I said, he didn't tell me that. She said, because if you have surgery, ain't nobody gonna want you. Well, he still want me. Oh. See, when you understand that God has a plan greater than what anyone says. I know you like good preaching, but you know sometimes with preaching we hear all of the great words, but can we apply what we hear? Y'all sit down, I'm done, I promise. My last closing. As I was going through surgery, women, had my left breast removed. Said to me, and I'm closing, when the Lord said to me, he said, Tonyan, what you gonna do? I said, Daddy, the people that said I'm gonna die. Now, God, I ain't done nothing. I'm too young to die. My baby is only 3 years old. I said, Daddy, why would you allow this to happen to me? And I heard him say in a small, still voice, this sickness is not unto death, but that I might be glorified. I said, okay. Well, what that mean? Y'all ain't gonna talk about to me. I know you real spiritual, but sometimes scripture ain't always the best thing to tell me when I'm mad. Sometimes I just need you to say you understand. I don't need you to try to quote no scripture that you don't even know yourself, but you're just trying to give me the word because you want to make me feel better. I need you to tell me the truth. Just tell me, baby, you're human, and it's all right to be mad, but just don't sin. Come on. Just tell me that I know you got a problem, but God's going to make a way out of nowhere. Just tell me, baby, I don't know how you're going to fix it, but I know that he will. Don't you try to give me no scripture that you ain't worked with yourself. If you ain't never worked with it, you can't tell me what God will do. Lady looked at me and she said, this is what the pathology report said. They called me on the telephone. I said, wait a minute, excuse me. Y'all don't call people in the office no more? Y'all don't call people in the office and tell them they're going to die? Y'all just make phone calls now? Y'all could at least given me the courtesy to let me dress up and let me come into the doctor's office so you can tell me what the prognosis was. And he said, well, no, we don't do that no more because we got too many people. I said, wait a minute, what you talking about? He said, we have too many other people, and all we can tell you right now is you do have cancer. And right now, based upon the pathology, you have 3B. 3B. Boo, how many stages is it? Ain't number 4. You telling me I'm a half a stage from dying? That's all I need was a half a stage. And then he says to me, if you want to celebrate your son, that's that son right there, that one right there. Come on, stand up for me, baby. That one right there, he was 3. He said, if you want to see him turn 4, you're going to have to do the most aggressive chemo they have. I said, well, I don't want to do no chemo. I said, because my son is young, and I don't want to lay in the bed all day. I want to keep going. I want to go to church. He said, well, you're going to have to stay home because your immune system is going to be compromised. I said, man, what's my chances? He said, your chances is only 30% because you have one of the most aggressive cancers I've seen in a long time. I said, can I get a second opinion? He said, well, she can't tell you nothing. She can't tell you nothing that ain't already written. I said, well, she gonna tell me something. Can I get another opinion? If you're looking for a miracle, you're looking at one. I never thought in a million years cancer doesn't run in my family. Matter of fact, to be transparent, I'm the first person who ever had breast cancer in the family. But he knew who he could trust. He knew who was going to bring him glory. He knew who wasn't going to quit. Had the priest sitting in a chair for 3 months. But I knew one day, them children of mine, see, you got to raise them right. Every Sunday they would jump up and start dancing and declare, you're going to walk again. One Sunday morning, the Lord said, stand up. I stood up, and I've been standing ever since. I always give this story because it's just the truth. It wasn't until cancer that I realized that it wasn't about my education. It wasn't about my zip code or the car that I was driving. Because within 6 months of being diagnosed, I lost every single thing. I went from my big house, my nice car, to a 900 square foot apartment. And at that time, my 3 children came to stay with me in a small 2-bedroom. And there were nights I said, God, why would you take me from all of that? I didn't feel like I needed to be humbled. I always gave him the glory. He said, because I wanted you to understand that no matter where you are, you ain't never gonna stay there. And I stayed in that apartment for about 1 year. And all of a sudden, the Lord spoke to me. He said, everything that the devil took you through, I'm gonna make him pay you back. And today, he's making the devil pay me back for everything I've been through. I had my left breast removed. Right before that, the Lord asked me for a seed. The Lord told me to sow $5,000 into the ministry. Well, I just said to you, at the time that little boy was 3 years old, it was time for a mommy makeover. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Y'all, yeah, okay. I wanted to be lift and tucked. But the Lord asked me for a seed. And I sowed that seed. Didn't know that I had cancer. Because had I had the surgery, I would have still had cancer and possibly died. But because I was obedient to let that seed and put that seed in the ground, the Lord told me to put that seed in the ground. Didn't know that after surgery, there would be an option for me to still have a mommy makeover. Did not know that after that surgery, they said, we have a new procedure we want to try. And this procedure is called deep flap. I said, well, what is a deep flap? We take your stomach, we give you a tummy tuck, and we give you reconstruction at the same time. I said, well, look at here now. Come on through, bathing suit. Come on. Look at here now. Come on here. Come on through now. And so when I got done with surgery, I'm thinking that I'm done, woman of God. But I didn't realize that I wasn't there for myself. I'm in surgery. I'm coming out of anesthesia. There's a woman standing beside me. I grab her hand. And she says to me, ma'am, you okay? You okay? You're just coming out of the anesthesia. I said, no, ma'am. I know that I'm coming out of anesthesia, but the Lord wanted me to give you a word. I began to minister to her about what she was going through. The lady started shaking. She ran and got her other nurse friends. Before I know it, I was having a revival after surgery. Okay.